Roundabout Woodworks. And first I want to say thank you to all the new subscribers. It means a lot to me. I appreciate it. Second, it's been a while since I've made a video. I had a headache most of October, didn't feel like doing one, and November things got away from me. I didn't get a chance to make a video. Today's video, let me ask you a question. Do you ever come up with an idea and you think, wow, this is the greatest idea ever, and you spend a lot of time and effort on it, you come up with something, and you do your research, you look on the internet, and you think nobody's ever come up with this idea before, so you go to all the time and effort to get a prototype, and you show it to somebody and say, wow, what do you think about this? And they say, oh yeah, we used to make those by the dozens 40 years ago, or whatever. And it turns out you just didn't know what to call it. Okay, well that's not what I'm going to show you today. What I'm going to show you today is a bottle opener. I know a lot of you turn bottle openers. I've done a lot of research, a lot of Google image searching, looking for turned bottle openers, and specifically looking for turned bottle openers that didn't use the kit from Craft Supplies or PSI or Woodcraft or wherever, you know, a little brass part that you turn a handle for and glue it in. I don't like making kit projects because it seems like there's so much involved, and the really nice parts of the kit don't wind up being the parts that I make. So I came up with an idea by accident. I saw some of those people that they don't turn, they take 50 caliber shells and make bottle openers out of them. Saw one on TV last month, but this goes back before those. A lot of people make those out of a lot of different calibers, a lot of different ways. I'm going to take a piece of wood like this. This is just an inch square, about 5.5, 6 inches long. This piece of oak, and a 1/2 inch copper coupler. I call it a ferrule. I don't know whether it's a ferrule or coupler. The proper name, I'm sure, is coupler. I'm going to take one of these and one of these, and I'm going to turn it into one of these. Works really well. I thought they'd be a big seller, but they haven't been a big seller. But this is something you can make real easy. All you need is a drill and a lathe. I'm going to use a chuck. I can think of a way where I could do it without using a chuck. So if you don't have a chuck, you can make one. Just adapt, watch what I do, and then do it your way. Nothing seems critical as far as size goes, except that you got to have room for the bottle cap to go in the hole, into the slot. And I'll put some close-ups at the end of the video so you can see what it is. But like I said, we're going to take one of these and one of these and make one of these. Enjoy the video. Alright, going to make a bottle opener using my favorite tool, and yours, I'm sure, a 3/4 inch skew. It's got a slight radius to the edge. Not critical. You can use a flat ground skew if you like. Use anything you want, actually. You can use a gouge, bowl gouge, doesn't matter. Gonna rough it to round, and then we'll do the tenon for the tube. copper tube. Just rough up the inside. It's not an exact science. What it's trying to do is create a surface for the glue to stick. And that's it. I'm using super glue. This is medium, gap filling, which is not critical that you use this. You can use anything you want. What is that, polyurethane glue, Gorilla Glue? You can use that if you want. It's not that big a deal. This is just like doing a pin. Inside out. Press this with tailstock. Come on. There you go. Next one. Bit of paper towel from the first aid station. Bunch this up. Cap back on the glue so that what hasn't already hardened won't harden now. Alright, next thing I'm going to do is with a file. Just a single cut middle file. Actually, that's a double cut. Double cut file then. Use whatever you have available. It's not critical. And what I'm going to try and do is remove the branding and kind of not shine up, but yeah, I'm going to shine the surface of the copper ferrule. There is a handle on my file. Nibco or Nitbo, whatever it is, are gone. Take some sandpaper. All done. Now we go to the drill press. Alright, on the ferrule, on both sides, which I don't guess you can see, right here, there's a little dimple. What I want to do is drill a hole down through here, taking out that dimple, but I don't want to drill into the dimple. I want to drill just slightly to the side of it. So I take a handy dandy punch, concrete nail sharpened on a grinder. And just about the width of the nail. We'll make a little center punch mark right there. For this ferrule, which is a 1/2 inch ferrule, the first bit I'm going to use is a 5/32. And this, I arrive at these holes from trial and error, not from scientific measurements, calculus, or any of that. Now, by design, and let's call it luck, that hole is not going to be centered because drilling a tube is impossible using a drill press and a vise. At least for me, maybe not for you. But that's what you want. Slightly off center, which you wouldn't think that's what you want, but that's what you want. Alright, back to the lathe. Alright, back between centers, and I'm just going to clean it up just a little bit. Just lock the spindle. Alright, I just locked the spindle, which is not necessary. I'm going to say it's not necessary. Maybe it is necessary. That's how I do it, and I didn't try to do it without locking the spindle. So you could do this next step, I guess, mounting this part into the vise and holding it still, because what you want is to cut. You want to cut here, and it's not critical. You can cut the hole right down through the middle or a little bit further up. I like to cut it a little bit further up, and I'm using a jeweler's saw with a, I don't know what kind of blade this is. It doesn't matter. Use whatever you got. You can use a hacksaw if you want to. It's copper. It's really soft. So you just make the first cut, right? About there. And this is another reason for making a perfectly true, properly sized tenon for the inside of the ferrule, because the wood's going to show around the edge, and if you have a big gap, not only will it be loose, it'd be ugly. You'd have to fill it with glue and sawdust and copper filings, and just, you don't want to bother with that, trust me. Alright, my next cut is going to be about a 1/2 inch, maybe, actually I don't know how far that is. I just do it by eye. Cut it there. That's going to be about 3/8 of an inch. You need room for a bottle cap, and you want to cut at an angle so that you can meet the edge of the hole. And again, it's alright if you mess it up a little bit, because of the next step. We're going to clean it up. This is the shape you're after. Lock the spindle again. I guess you could do this with a Dremel tool. I don't have a Dremel tool, so I'm going to use a half round file. Flat on one side, round on the other. Half of it's round. And I'm just cleaning this up. With a shape like that. The rest of this is just making the handle pretty. bottle opener. Alright, this is the opener up close. Be able to do that yourself, right? No tool marks on it. That's what I like, no tool marks. Alright, I would open a beer, show you it works, but I can't drink beer. My wife can drink beer, but it's early, so you like to take my word for it. Actually, you don't have to take my word for it. Make one of these yourself and open your own beer. And if you've got any questions or comments or anything, just leave one or drop me an email or something. Thanks for watching my videos, and thanks again for subscribing. If you're not a subscriber, hit the button, subscribe. I try to do a video every month. I'm not always successful. Sometimes you get 2 a month. Anyway, I'll see you next time.